What's up, YouTube family? I'm back at you like I'm mad at you. But I'm always glad when you're showing up, right? Hey, man, I'm just sitting here in the game room with my son, right? I thought it'd be a great opportunity to just bring some clarity to one of my videos when I talk about the vastness of what Christ is with the Lord, what it means to come to the Lord or come to the light, and what the Lord had brought to the light. Again, in the scriptures, he said, I came that you may have life, and that life more abundantly. And that life more abundantly, we spoke on the compounding life on top of life on top of life. We spoke on that in other videos, right? And I want you to understand that Christ is just like that door. What he was saying, what I came to bring, was just that door to many other doors. And that's why it's scripture that said, you could do even greater works. When you think about that, we'll come back to that, but what that really means. So before I show you where I'm going with this, I want y'all to understand what it means when the scriptures say, Ephesians 3:20, say, now God can do exceedingly abundantly above all that you could even think or ask. This is above all that we can even think or ask, family. So this, according to the power that is at work within us. The reason why I wanted to share that right now, because I'm sitting here at the game room, right? And I'm sitting with my son, like my 10-year-old. He's 10 going on 11, right? And I'm sitting there thinking, like, I'm looking at this, right? Look at this, right? Now, we familiar with the SeaWorld, right? We familiar with the SeaWorld. I don't know if y'all can see that, right? But everything they make in this country is a reflection of what really exists in life. Now imagine, we're not talking about just the mere world. We're talking about in life. We right now, when we see around us in the physical, that's the world we live in. But what exists in life is some of the things that we think are just cartoons and movies, right? Like, look, so you got Marvel. I don't know if y'all can see this Marvel right here. You see they got Fast and Furious over there. You see, I don't know if y'all can see Space Warp over there. You see Mission Impossible. You see Jurassic Park right there, right? Now, mind you, these are just reflections. There's stuff all over this game room. Now, mind you, this is just a reflection of what all exists in life. So, mind you, when I just pointed to the SeaWorld initially, right? It's like in this world right here, we think we somehow been limited mentally to this thinking all that you can accomplish and achieve is in this world. Like the sea world, right? Under the water, that's a particular world, right? The fish world, right? Where they live in the water and they eat water under the water and they, it's a whole world under there. Well, in this world, we think, same thing. Get money, get you a big house, right? Some nice whips. You get a bunch of earthly surface things, right? But Christ was saying, I came that you may have life and that life more abundantly. I want you to understand the extent of what all exists in life. Now, we can all almost just about, we all know or are familiar with what exists in the world, right? Because we all been here paying bills, buying clothes, just kind of like, we know what it's like to go on a vacation and have nice things and so forth, right? But if you look around the world, and this, I just want to use this as an opportunity. I got to sit and wait on my son anyway. It's in the game room alone, right? See, they got the Wizard of Oz right there. Some of the same stuff you guys see in the movies, right? Wizard of Oz, I don't know if you see it. Minecraft over there. This is really, the vastness is a reflection of the vastness of what exists in life. Now, it's a difference between the world and all of life. Christ said, I came that you may have life, and that life more abundantly. This is the reason why he added in the scriptures. Now, mind you, these are things that he was to have said. We're not talking about the book and the order that is put in and the people who orchestrated the structure of the book and the 66 books and the books. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the real life story of the one who really did expose the truth, who really did come in light, right? And shining that light in a dark place. And so this light is to lead you to more of the expansion of life, family. Religion is no one's, you gotta understand, religion is a vehicle to carry on a belief system from generation on to another generation. It's not a bad thing when it's carried on in truth. But that is not all to life, family. In the world, in this limited world, that's like ants in the ground. They got their own little world in the ants, right? And on the ground, or frogs, and fish in a little lake, in a little, in the water. In this world, we think that it's just all about God, and that's somebody that we gotta, we must get it right with before we die and all that. And it's a lot more to that too, that we're gonna come back, make more videos about this, what it means about the salvation, concerning the salvation, to salvage a thing, right? But I want you to understand that what the Lord was saying, what was said of the Lord. Now, I'm not talking about what man did. I'm talking about, if you know anything about the Bible, when it's in those red letters, and the Lord was speaking, what he said, right? And he said, you could do even greater works that I have done. Now, why would he say, you ask yourself, how can we do more? Because I'm trying to tell y'all, family, what he's trying to, what the truth is set forth for us to understand, for us to understand and understand, is that there's so much more. Ephesians 3:20 confirms and clarifies that. Now God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can even think or ask. Look at all those different worlds out there. This is just a little game room example, but it is a reflection of all that exists in life. Mind you, when I say this, family, I'm not talking about the world. I don't want you to think about neighborhoods and houses you never saw before, vehicles. I'm not talking about crap like that. I'm talking about your inabilities, your aptitude, the power that you have. Mind you, he who is in you is greater than he who is in the world. So now, why would he say such a thing as you can do even greater works? And this is the reason why, if you didn't see that video about Jamal, Rashad Jamal, and the truth that would set you and him free, right? Well, I broke down what it really means to have knowledge, because many people have a sense of knowledge, but they don't know the ledge. See, that's the difference. That's what knowledge is, to know the ledge. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch that video. But overall, what I'm saying is, when he said you can do greater works, he already got crucified. He died. Many men came behind him with that passion for light and life, and yet they can only see narrowly. They can only see as far as they can see around them, the world around them. And Christ was saying, look, it ain't for you to go and die and get killed and all these things happen to you. When he said you can do even greater works, he said, I want you to go further. It's more to life than just surviving this world. Because Christ, he had already overcome the world. So mind you, that's what this channel is about. Overcoming the world, family. Manifestation, you talking about manifesting? This is very significant to when you think about your manifestation, family. What do you even think you can manifest, and what your beliefs are? Because belief, your faith, right, your confidence, all of those things within lines in between them are key to your manifestations of any abundance, any sense of abundance. So what you think about life, what you believe, what you're confident about. So you look at them shoes on your feet, the roof over your head, the money in your pocket of your bank. You can be confident about getting those things accomplished, accomplishing those kind of goals. Business, whatever it is that we've already seen a million times in the world. But imagine what you don't know. Imagine what I'm telling you, the expansion of life that exists, the aptitudes that you are innately designed that you're innately created with, the different levels of power, the different, like some of the movies we watching movies and we see like they hinting at so many different things like that. Man, there's people out here that really got not only what exists outside of us, family, but what exists inside of you. You understand what I'm saying? Looking at this, I'm just looking around, I'm just looking at all these different games and they all reflect different worlds. They all reflect different realms and dimensions of existence. You see what I'm saying? So when you talk about manifesting, when you talk about what the Lord really was saying, this is why he was crucified. But it's for you to go even harder. You know, he's not saying that because he already did it, right? So we can't be Yeshua himself. We are his body, but we can't, you know, this was whether it was a man in one body who actually walked around in one body like this at some point, who was sacrificed so that we may know the truth. We can't be him. He already done that. He's saying for us to, it's like a little kid on the shoulders of the adult. You know what I'm saying? The little kid can see he's a little higher up. He sits a little higher than the adult, but he sits on the shoulders of the adult. So when you talk about doing greater things, family, it's for us to open our minds, expand your manifestations. Expand. That's what I want to encourage y'all to do, man. Expand your manifestations, man. Just think about it. If you can, like, this is how I be thinking sometimes. Like, I be thinking low key, like, man, if I can really harness some of the powers that I'm sure that we have, but I know a lot of our powers are saturated by fake foods and fluoride and all these different things that can destroy us or make us dormant. But I be thinking like some of the that we see in the movies, like if I had that power, I wouldn't need to manifest $1 million, because if I got that type of power, I can just go ahead and do what I want to do when I want to do it and get however much money I need when I need it. Yeah. You ever seen the movies, man? Like the guy, he was in the casino. He was able to just go around and just win all the money. He was winning all the people's money. He had a thing, some kind of hack, where he knew how to sit at the poker table and know the winning and how the winning hand and create the winning hand every time. Or he understood what everybody else had. I don't understand. He had these powers, though, is what I'm saying, that was more significant than the money itself, because the powers had allowed him to be able to retrieve to get all the money anyway. So expand your manifestations. Understand that this world is that. The world may seem small. People say it's a small world. It may be, but life itself is so vast, and I think it exists outside of our even. I think it exists outside of our even a current ability to even fathom. And this is what Christ said. This is what was said in the Bible. So when you talk about Christians, and I don't have nothing against none of them, but the good news is, remember they used to say, they used to call spreading the gospel the good news? Man, family. Because when you turn on the fake news, right, or NBC or something, I'm going to say some of these channels that's just giving you certain things that's going on in the neighborhoods, people who got locked up, the laws and rules that's being, that could be considered not so good news. But the good news is if you really understand the vastness, family, of what is possible. If we understood the vastness, the amplitude of existence, and I'm talking about that we have the power to access, that we have the ability to access, the arm reach to access, to reach out and touch it. These movies are showing you this. Movies like the Jamie Foxx movie, I forgot the name of it. Everybody in the movie, they had some similar power. I forgot what the name of that movie was. But I'm just trying to tell y'all, fam, when I look around this game room, I know that this is just a reflection. It's like people look at dinosaurs and think that's something that's just past history and it's over with. I'm telling y'all, outside of the dinosaur, outside of all those things of Wizard of Oz and Fast and Furious and Minecraft and Nitro, everything I pointed out, Space Rock, there's so many Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible. See, the things that we think that are impossible, that really spells I'm possible. It really spells I'm possible, family. And I just think, looking around this room, I said, man, when you talk about manifestation, when you talk about what was said and written, and it's beyond that book, because again, what Christ had really left behind, what really happens every 360, right? Is that does Christ rise every 3 days? Remember, the day is like 1,000 like a day to God. So when you think about this, what really happens is we have the ability to really evolve beyond the chains and shackles of a world designed to keep us in laboring and keep us just going for that phantom, that new Bentley, that new mansion. See, in the world, that seems like the hugest thing to do. But we don't understand it goes beyond that. That noise kind of threw me off for a minute, fam. So I ain't gonna hold this video too long, because I was trying to say something else, man. But when you look around, man, this is what he really meant when he said, I came that you may have life, and that life more abundantly, family. Somehow life on top of life on top of life. Remember, the caterpillar turned into a butterfly, and then we don't know what happens after that. We don't know the things that we don't know yet. We don't understand the powers that be to a certain extent. Many of us, we still don't even know how, was that Bart Simpson? How the Bart Simpsons are predicting, we still don't know how they are predicting so many things ahead of time. We don't understand the abilities and the powers that we really have. Imagine if you can know things to a certain extent. You could just go win the lottery when you feel like it. Imagine that. That's more valuable. When you think about manifesting, that's more valuable than just winning $1 million. The power to be able to go win $1 million whenever you feel like it. You see what I'm saying? So I just wanted to show y'all, like, wow, well, see, I gotta wait on my son anyway. It's a great opportunity to go and share with y'all and bring clarity to some things I'm saying. It depends on, remember I told you in that video, the video about Rashad Jamal and the truth that will set you and him free. I was saying that John 3:16 is not only the key to that scripture. God so loved the world that whosoever believed in him should not perish but have everlasting life. He gave sent his only begotten son, that whosoever believed in him should not perish but have everlasting life. One of the main important keys was to know the ledge. Because people, again, they have knowledge, but they don't know the ledge. It's a difference. But also, as far as your manifestations, because when I talk this, man, I want y'all to understand, I'm not your average, when I talk about the Lord and all of this, it's non-religious. This ain't no religious thing. It ain't your average. We might not be talking about the same God as the average religious person and what they believe, because this is dealing with truth that revolves around everything that you desire, not just about your salvation and not going to hell. This revolves around things that you want, things that you want to accomplish, things that you're building on, and things that you don't even know that you can have. The abundance that you were born with, the birthright of abundance that you were born with, right? The truth has to do with all of that's what Christ was saying. See, we've been limited to a mindset of the world once again, just thinking about surviving. And even they gave us a spiritual teaching that's based on just surviving. When you think about it, the spiritual teaching in itself It's based on just survival. And it does have an element that we must understand in order to survive some spiritual challenges. But you see, they took the spiritual thing and they made that just based on survival. That keeps us all in our animal nature, just in survival mode. Not only do you think about just, surviving, making sure all your bills paid and having nice things in the world, that's about as far as you can really go. Because even if you got a booming business, what you gonna do with the money? You just gonna buy things, right? And help other people buy things. Even if you helping other people, you just what? You helping them buy things, pay their bills and stuff. But it's more to life than that. And then they took it, made a spiritual, a survival, a story about just, they painted it rather. It's being taught that way. That's not what it's saying, but it's being taught just to survive on a spiritual quest. Like just, make sure you ain't go to hell, It's elements too. It's those type of esoteric messages. They get they certain messages in them, but it's way bigger than that, family. It's way bigger than that. They got us in survival mode, even with the spiritual world, even in the afterlife. When this is way bigger than that. What's up, son? It's way bigger than that. You know what I mean? It's way bigger than that. You feel me? And when you understand that, as I look around me, that it's we got to take our manifestations and open our minds to Ephesians 3:20. He made it clear that above all what you can even think or imagine, what you can even fathom. See what I'm saying? We can't even fathom what's possible, and that's why I know all of these little games and the names of them, what they entail, are reflections of what is really possible. The different worlds. There are many worlds inside of a world. That's why Jesus said, "Be in the world, not of the world," because it's for us to create our own world inside of this world, family. So when you talk about manifesting, when you talk about the Bible, manifesting the universe, you know what I'm saying, law of attraction, you know what I'm saying, I go back, I read Wanda Barnes' The Secret, all of that, John McCormick, Magic and Thinking Big, years ago. When I was in a cell, I wasn't even really, I was in a place where I was doing a whole lot of reading at that point, but I'm just letting y'all know, man, he the Son sets free is free indeed. This thing get way bigger than what we see in the world and just having the biggest mansion and, you know what I'm saying, like the fanciest, vacations and all of that, like, it's way beyond that. So when you think manifestation, when you think John 3:16, when you think what it means that I came that you may have life and that life more abundantly, when you think, you know what I'm saying, what it means that God can do even more than you can even imagine. This is a good opportunity to just share that with y'all, man. Like, there's so many different worlds out there. The world of, you got to understand, there's a difference between the earth, the world, and life, family. The earth is just the land, what the trees grow out of. It's the vine that the trees grow out of, where the rain, when you talk about the trees, the animals, and, the land, the space, this particular earth. But the worlds consist of so many different things. Like the ants, for example. The ants live in a whole totally different world. The deers, they live in the animals of the field, they live in a different world, family. It's different worlds out here, man. And the Bible says that, but plural, with a plural on the worlds. And that's what a lot of people don't understand when they say God so loved the worlds. It's a plural on that. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know you're going to go look in your Bible and don't see it, but I bring that back to you when we do more videos. Because I think it might be in the Old Testament, because again, a lot of those books been translated and all that for a reason, but I'm here to take your manifestation to a higher level. That little mansion, that $1 million that you want, all that's light work. That's light work. We're going to get all of that. We already got that. The problem with some of us who are full of light is our minds are so engulfed in that light If we was really, really concentrated on just things, I mean, some of us are already flooded with things. We already have things on top of things. But it's way bigger than that, family. So you know your goals 25, they will be accomplished. They will be done. Seek and you shall find. That's another law. Just seek it. You shall find. Knock and the door shall be open. See, that those scriptures like that, knock and the door shall be open, that's talking about like different worlds. This is the reason why, too, you got so many testimonies of people seeing stuff around the world. Some stuff you might think is a conspiracy. Like, you know, they be like, people think they saw aliens or it's different. Like, I done had out-of-body experiences and experienced things that was out of this world. Because that knock and the door shall be open, that's a universal law. Yeah. That's bigger than just remember, that's bigger than just the Bible and Jesus and stuff like that. Knocking the door shall be open is a universal law. Seeking you shall find. So when you talk about manifesting, that's going to get real easy to you, family. That's going to get real easy for you when you step your belief game up. When you understand, when you learn to unlearn a lot of things and then start to expand your belief and your confidence to more that's out there. And I'm talking about within the capacity within us as well as external from us. So not only that what we can do, not only what we capable of, but also what we capable of accessing. So I'm trying to tell you, that's what this game room is a reflection of all the different worlds that truly exist. That truly exists, and they right in the palm of our hand because the human was the one made in the image of the Most High. We was the ones made with that ability, family. That's why they harvest all the stuff that's going on dealing with people and the trauma and all that is because we was the ones made with that ability, family. China told you. But the ship been hijacked. So we gotta take the ship back over, man, with our belief, with our understanding about what life is all about. Mind you, when God saw darkness upon the deep in the beginning, he spoke light. It was darkness upon the deep. He spoke light, and then he talk about how he started making the stars, family. Where do we see the stars? We them stars, bro. We see the stars, right, at nighttime. Because why? Because we ourselves was in the dark. Right? And we are that light in the darkness, family. We are that light in the darkness. It's an amazing thing, man. Just think about that when you're manifesting, when you think about, you know what I'm saying, what you believe about this, what you believe about that. Listen, man, once again, the Bible what's in the Bible is just really a basic, fundamental, it's almost like a portal or a door to open to that leads to so many more doors. Jesus never said this is where it stops right here. And we can go off into that another time, but I want you to know about your manifesting, what it means to have faith, which is confidence in layman's terms and all that. When you think about believing in yourself and where is God and where is this power, and when we talk about God, you have to understand, family, even those of you who believe in just the universe, it entails that power that is within you, but it's also external from you. It is intelligent enough to think for you. See what I'm saying? So we can have another video on that as far as when we talk about what God is and how important it is and all that. But the Lord, man, the Lord is faithful, man. That light that came so that we may have life and that life more abundantly, family. Expand your horizons to your mental capacities of what really is out here for us, man. We can accomplish great things. Great things. But we are not God himself. We are just like a body of the Spirit of God that can't be confined to one, little guy like me. This is spread out in the multitudes of people. Thus, this is why it's called the Lord of Hosts. But I just want y'all to think on that, man. I'm chopping it up with you, man, while I'm sitting there waiting on my son. I'm about to give him a couple more minutes. But just know, man, you talk about manifesting, just bring some clarity to my video and to the other video and to John 3:16. What it means that my people perish for the lack of knowledge. What it means that I came that you may have life and that life more abundantly. Think on that, family. Think on that. To the next video, peace, positivity, optimism, power, and abundance, water.